Have you ever had that moment? Keys in your hand 1 minute, then suddenly gone. You're searching everywhere.
Oh, absolutely. That frantic search.
Right. Or maybe you meet someone new, hear their name, and like a minute later, poof, it's just vanished from your brain.
The instant name amnesia.
Exactly. Do those little mental hiccups, let's call them, feel like they're happening a bit more often these days?
It's something a lot of people notice, yeah.
Well, if that sounds familiar, you are definitely not alone. And that exact feeling, that's what we're really tackling head on in this deep dive. Today, our mission is all about exploring how to keep your brain young. Obviously not about acting like a child, but, maintaining a mind that stays sharp, focused, adaptable, no matter your age. Think of your brain less like this fixed thing and more like a muscle. It needs regular exercise, consistent care. It thrives on that.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
It really does.
So we're going to unpack some of the fascinating science behind brain health. We'll sort out some common myths from what's real. And most importantly, give you practical daily things you can actually start doing today to make your brain stronger. And hey, for those of you learning a language like English, you're already giving your brain an incredible workout, seriously. Every new word, every grammar point, trying to have a conversation that's actively boosting your focus, your memory, your mental flexibility.
Yeah, it really is.
So this isn't just, absorbing facts. It's really a guide to building a better, more resilient brain for your whole life.
And that's precisely why this is such a fundamental topic. Your brain, the command center, right? It controls everything you do, your thoughts, your memories, how you learn decisions, your mood, all of it.
It's running the whole show.
Totally. So a healthy, active brain means you can be more creative, you can focus better, feel more confident. When we talk about these functions, we often use the term cognitive. It just means anything related to thinking, learning, remembering. Pretty straightforward.
Got it. Cognitive functions.
And maybe the most powerful idea we'll touch on today is neuroplasticity. Sounds a bit technical, maybe.
Yeah.
But it's actually this incredible, superpower your brain has. It's the ability to change, to grow, to literally reshape itself all through your life.
Not just when you're young.
Nope, not at all. It happens continuously through learning new experiences, even well into adulthood. And what's really revolutionary, science now suggests aging doesn't have to mean your mind declines automatically.
That's huge.
It is. Studies show people who keep challenging their brains are way less likely to suffer from things like dementia or Alzheimer's. You genuinely have power here. You can protect and strengthen your brain at any age.
Okay, so we have this potential, this neuroplasticity.
Right, but the challenge often comes from, modern life. It's just so easy for our brains to slip into autopilot, isn't it?
Like using GPS everywhere.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or just endlessly scrolling social media, using emojis instead of really thinking about how to phrase something. It's convenient, sure, but
it doesn't really push the brain.
It often doesn't provide the mental workout it needs.
Right.
I like to think of the brain as a garden. If you don't water it, pull the weeds, plant new seeds, it kind of withers, right?
Makes sense.
But with care, attention, that garden can bloom. And this deep dive, it's basically your guide to tending that mental garden.
I love that garden analogy. Really clear. Right. So, okay, if our brains can adapt, where do we even start? How do we understand what actually changes with age, and what can we do to support that neuroplasticity? What's the science saying?
Okay, good question. Let's start with what's considered, normal change.
Yeah.
As we get older, some things do shift a bit cognitively. It's natural. For instance, processing speed might slow down slightly.
Meaning it takes longer to figure things out?
Yeah, basically. It doesn't mean you're less smart, just that your brain might need an extra second to recall a name or work through a problem. Think of it like a computer booting up, maybe taking a fraction longer.
Okay.
And memory retrieval can sometimes feel like you have that tip of the tongue feeling.
Yeah. Yes. Hate that.
Right. You know the word or name is in there, but pulling it out is just a bit harder temporarily. And multitasking, trying to juggle a bunch of things at once. That genuinely gets tougher. And honestly, research shows it's not really effective for anyone, any age.
So maybe we shouldn't be multitasking anyway.
Probably not. But here's the really encouraging part. A lot stays the same, and some abilities actually get better.
Oh, really? Like what?
Well, your vocabulary, your language skills, they often become richer, more nuanced. That's why older adults can be fantastic communicators. Emotional intelligence usually increases to better understanding and managing emotions.
Wisdom, maybe.
Exactly. That ties into crystallized intelligence. It's all the knowledge and wisdom you've gathered from life experiences. It stays high. So an older brain might be a tad slower on recall, but it can be much more insightful, better at real-world problem solving.
Okay, that's definitely good news.
And this all loops back to that amazing brain superpower, neuroplasticity, that ability to adapt, form new connections your whole life. Your brain can stay strong or even get stronger. It really works on that use it or lose it principle.
Use it or lose it, like a muscle.
Precisely. Challenge it, it grows new pathways, strengthens old ones. Ignore it, those pathways weaken. Think of a path in a forest.
Yeah.
Keep using it, it stays clear. Stop using it, it gets overgrown. Your brain's kind of like that.
So, okay, what does this actually mean for you listening right now? Well, understanding these normal changes can be freeing, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It means you don't have to panic every time you forget where you put your glasses. It's often just normal aging, not something serious. And here's the big takeaway. Every single time you engage in active thinking, like figuring out a puzzle, really listening to this discussion, learning something new, you are literally firing up neurons, building brain pathways.
You're actively shaping your brain.
That consistent mental effort, that's how you keep those pathways strong and clear. It's a powerful idea, isn't it?
It really is.
Okay, so if the brain is like a muscle, it needs workouts. Mental fitness isn't just about memory. It's focus, problem solving, creativity, even managing your emotions. So let's talk practical brain workouts you can actually fit into your day.
Right. And these don't have to be complicated, but they are super effective. First big one, learn something new, something genuinely complex.
Like a language.
Or an instrument.
Exactly. Or coding, a new complex software. Anything that forces your brain to build new neural pathways, we call it neural stimulation. Simple brain games like crosswords are okay. They help optimize existing paths. But learning complex new skills, that builds whole new structures. That's where the deep benefits often lie.
Okay, new and complex. Got it. What else?
Second, practice focus. This is huge in today's world.
Yeah.
So many distractions. Try just setting a timer, 15 minutes, single task. No phone, no email alerts, just focus. It strengthens your attention span.
Harder than it sounds sometimes. It really is. Third, read and reflect. Don't just passively read. Engage with it. Ask yourself questions. What did I learn? Do I agree? How does this connect to other things? That builds critical thinking.
Makes sense. Deeper processing.
And fourth, this one sounds a bit weird, but try it. Use your opposite hand for simple tasks.
Like brushing my teeth with my left hand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or stirring your coffee using the computer mouse. It feels awkward, right?
Totally awkward.
That awkwardness is your brain working. It's forcing it off autopilot, building new connections. It seems small, but it works.
Okay. I might have to try that one. Feels weird just thinking about it.
The key is consistency. Maybe set up a little weekly brain routine. Monday, learn 5 new English words. Tuesday, do a tough logic puzzle. Wednesday, listen to a challenging podcast. Maybe write down the key points. Small, regular efforts add up.
And hey, for everyone learning English listening to this, get this. Learning a language is genuinely one of the best, most complete brain workouts there is.
Absolutely. It engages so many different brain areas.
When you're listening, speaking, reading, writing in another language, you're firing on all cylinders. It massively improves your cognitive flexibility. That's your brain's ability to switch between ideas quickly, adapt, think on your feet.
Research backs this up too. Bilingual people often show advantages in memory, decision-making, even better protection against cognitive decline later in life.
So every time you open that textbook or try a conversation, you're not just learning words, you're actively building a sharper, more resilient brain. How cool is that?
It's incredibly cool.
Okay, we've talked workouts. Now let's talk fuel. Just like your car needs the right gas, your brain needs the right nutrients. It's not just about energy. It's like the essential information your brain needs to run properly.
And it's a hungry organ.
Right. It's only about 2% of your body weight, but it uses something like 20% of your daily energy. That's amazing.
It is. And what you eat directly impacts your focus, your memory, even your mood. So let's dive into some key brain-boosting foods. First up, fatty fish.
Like salmon, mackerel.
Exactly. Salmon, mackerel, sardines. They're packed with omega-3 fatty acids. These are crucial healthy fats, like fundamental building blocks for your brain cell membranes. They help your brain cells communicate efficiently. Think of them as essential structural parts for your brain's wiring.
Okay, omega-3s. Got it.
Then you have blueberries. Little powerhouses. They're full of antioxidants, which protect your brain from stress and damage that can speed up aging.
Eat your blueberries.
Definitely. Also leafy greens, spinach, kale, broccoli, rich in vitamin K, folate, things linked to better memory and brain health. And don't forget nuts and seeds. Walnuts, pumpkin seeds are great. They have zinc, magnesium, vitamin E, all good for clear thinking.
Walnuts look a bit like brains, too. Coincidence.
Maybe not. And for energy, go for whole grains like brown rice, oats. They give you steady energy, unlike sugary stuff that leads to spikes and crashes.
Right. Avoid the sugar crash fog.
Exactly. And on the flip side, you want to limit the brain-blocking foods. Too much sugar, highly processed foods, they cause inflammation, which is bad news for brain health long term. Excess alcohol is also a problem that can actually shrink brain volume over time.
Oof. Okay.
And please, don't underestimate hydration. Your brain is mostly water, like 75%. Even being mildly dehydrated can make you feel foggy, tired, unable to concentrate. Water is absolutely non-negotiable. Drink up.
Simple but crucial.
And one more fascinating area is the gut-brain connection. You might hear scientists talk about the gut-brain axis.
Gut-brain axis.
Yeah, it's this complex two-way street between your digestive system and your brain. Your gut microbes, chemical messengers, you can influence neurotransmitters, inflammation, directly impacting how you think and feel.
Wow. So my gut health affects my brain.
Significantly. Eating foods with probiotics like yogurt, kefir can support a healthy gut, and that in turn can boost your brain health. It's all connected.
Okay, so if we boil this down, the message is pretty clear. Eat real whole foods, lots of color on your plate, limit the sugary processed stuff, and drink plenty of water.
That's the core of it. Simple but powerful.
These aren't just good for your body. They're fundamental for keeping your brain energized and young, and for you learning English. A well-fed, focused brain means learning feels easier, faster, and honestly, way more enjoyable. It's a total win-win.
Absolutely.
All right, next up. Something really powerful that goes way beyond school. Just staying curious. You know those people who seem full of energy and ideas even as they get older?
Yeah, they have that spark.
Right. They're often lifelong learners, not because they have to be, but because they have this mindset of always exploring, always discovering.
It's definitely a mindset. Curiosity is that natural drive to learn something new. Kids have it in spades, right? Sometimes adults let it fade a bit with routines.
Guilty as charged sometimes.
We all are. But it's a missed opportunity because curiosity keeps your brain active, engaged, open to change. When you're genuinely curious, your brain literally lights up. It builds new pathways, releases dopamine, that reward chemical.
Dopamine makes learning feel good.
Exactly. It reinforces the learning behavior. Lifelong learning isn't just formal classes, though they're great too. It's exploring things just because you want to know more. Trying a new recipe, learning about history, practicing a language, picking up a new hobby.
Anything new, basically.
Pretty much. Your brain loves novelty new stuff. When you encounter something unfamiliar, your brain pays attention, forms those new neural connections we keep talking about.
So how do we cultivate that?
It doesn't take hours. Just small moments of intentional curiosity. Ask why or how more often. See a word you don't know. Look it up. Don't just skip it. Watch documentaries, listen to podcasts like this one, but actively. Think about it. Read regularly, even just 10 minutes. Try a new hobby. Talk to people. Conversations, especially in a language you're learning, are incredibly rich learning experiences for the brain.
And that ties right back to our English learners. You are already doing this. Every time you learn a new word, figure out a grammar rule, try to form a sentence, you're strengthening your brain.
Mm-hmm. It's direct brain exercise.
You're not just improving your English, you're boosting memory, attention, and that amazing ability to think across languages. So approach your English study with real curiosity. Ask questions, explore connections, turn it into an adventure. Your brain loves adventures.
It really does.
Okay, now, this next one might seem a bit surprising at first. Physical exercise. We know it's good for the body, but turns out it's one of the most powerful things you can do to keep your brain young and sharp.
Oh, it's absolutely crucial. Mind and body are totally linked. When you move, you send signals to your brain that boost energy, focus, even creativity. And get this fascinating fact, regular physical activity can actually increase the size of your hippocampus.
The memory part of the brain, exercise makes it bigger.
Yeah, the part key for memory and learning. It's a direct example of neuroplasticity in action. Pretty amazing.
That is amazing. How does it work?
Several ways. Movement increases oxygen and blood flow to the brain. Think better nourishment for brain cells. It triggers the release of helpful brain chemicals, dopamine, serotonin, endorphins. Those make you feel good, focused, less stressed.
The runner's high chemical.
Exactly. It also lowers cortisol, the stress hormone, and critically, it helps you sleep better and deeper. And as we'll get to, sleep is vital brain time.
Okay, so what kind of exercise do I need to run marathons?
Not at all. The great news is any movement counts. Walking, dancing, yoga, gardening, even vigorous house cleaning. Consistency is way more important than intensity. A little bit most days is better than one huge workout a week.
That's good to know.
And for learners, check this out, embodied learning. It's combining movement with learning.
Like walking while listening to an English lesson.
Precisely. Or using gestures when you practice vocabulary. It activates both sides of the brain, creates stronger memory links. It can really help things stick.
Yeah.
One more quick tip, brain breaks. Sitting too long is bad news, physically and mentally. Blood flow slows, you get sluggish. Try to take a short, like 2-3 minute break every hour. Stand up, stretch, walk around. Simple way to refresh your mind.
So if you're stuck on an English phrase, maybe get up and walk around while you think about it. Your brain might just thank you.
It very well might.
Moving on, let's touch on something really fundamental. Humans. We're social creatures, right? Relationships aren't just nice to haves for feeling good. They are essential for brain health.
You've hit on something vital there. Social interaction, talking, laughing, debating, sharing. It's like a full brain workout. Think about it. Language areas, memory, emotion, empathy, decision-making, they're all firing when you connect with someone.
It really uses the whole brain.
It really does. And the benefits are clear. Socializing improves memory and focus, remembering names, stories. It sharpens thinking. You need quick responses in conversation. It protects emotionally by lowering stress hormones like cortisol. And study after study shows socially connected people tend to live longer, healthier lives with less cognitive decline. Lower risk of Alzheimer's, too.
Wow. Connection is protective.
Absolutely. And the flip side, social isolation can be really damaging. We need to distinguish being alone, which can be fine, even healthy, from loneliness, which is wanting connection but not having it. Chronic loneliness is linked to sadness, confusion, even changes in brain structure, and increased memory loss risk.
So how do we stay connected?
Simple things. Daily conversations, even brief ones. Joining groups or classes based on interests, volunteering, and really practicing active listening when you talk with people.
And this is another huge opportunity for you, our listener. Using English in real conversations. That's one of the best brain exercises possible.
Definitely. It combines so many skills.
It builds vocabulary, confidence, trains your brain to think faster. And look, even if you make mistakes, and everyone does, it's part of learning, the act of trying, of connecting with someone in English. That is incredibly powerful for keeping your brain sharp and growing. It's about that human connection. Your brain thrives on it.
It really does.
Okay, we know the brain likes habits. They save energy. But too much routine, too much autopilot, that can make the brain kind of lazy, right?
Exactly. Which is why breaking routines, embracing novelty, challenging yourself, why that's so important for brain health.
Getting out of the comfort zone.
Precisely. Think about lifting weights. If you only ever lift that tiny 5-pound dumbbell, your muscles won't grow much. Your brain needs new, heavier lifts, metaphorically speaking. New experiences, new skills, new environments, they wake the brain up, force it to build new neural connections, and boost that cognitive flexibility we have talked about, the ability to adapt your thinking.
So novelty isn't just fun, it's functional.
Absolutely. It stimulates curiosity, releasing dopamine. It strengthens memory. New experiences are just more memorable. It increases focus because you can't be on autopilot. And it builds confidence. When you tackle something new, even small, your brain gets the message, hey, I can handle challenges.
Okay, so how do we inject more novelty?
Simple ways work. Change your environment. Take a different road home, rearrange your furniture, explore a new park, learn a totally new skill. Drawing, basic coding, a new cooking style. Use your opposite hand for things writing, brushing teeth. Remember that awkward feeling? That's novelty at work.
Yeah, the awkwardness is good.
It is. For English learners, try speaking differently. Tell a complex story. Focus on using 5 new words today. Read or watch something totally outside your usual genre. Push those boundaries.
So trying that tricky grammar point, talking to a stranger, listening to really fast English, that's all fantastic brain exercise.
Yes, when you stretch your language comfort zone, you're literally building a more flexible, connected brain. Embrace the discomfort that effort is what makes your brain grow.
Okay, finally, let's talk about something often overlooked, but maybe the ultimate brain superpower. Rest. Sleep. In our busy world, we often sacrifice it, right?
Way too often. But sleep is absolutely paramount. It's when your brain does its essential reset, repair, and get stronger work.
It's not just downtime then.
Not at all. While you're sleeping, your brain is incredibly busy. It's consolidating memories, moving important stuff from short-term to long-term storage, crucial for learning. It's clearing out waste products, toxins that build up during the day, like taking out the trash.
Brain housekeeping.
Exactly. It's processing and strengthening new skills. It's regulating emotions, getting you ready for the next day. Yeah. Without good sleep, all of that breaks down.
And the cost of bad sleep.
It's significant. Poor focus, weaker memory, slower learning, mood swings. It even accelerates brain aging. Chronic poor sleep is linked to serious conditions like Alzheimer's. Most adults need 7 to 9 hours, but quality really matters. Ask yourself, do I actually feel refreshed when I wake up?
Good question. So tips for better sleep.
Consistency is key. Try to stick to a regular sleep schedule, even on weekends. Avoid screens, phones, tablets, TVs for at least an hour before bed. That blue light messes with melatonin, your sleep hormone. Keep your room cool, dark, and quiet. And avoid big meals or lots of fluids right before bed.
Standard sleep hygiene, basically.
Pretty much. But here's a cool tip for learners. Try reviewing some English words or grammar right before you go to sleep. Your brain actually continues to process and consolidate that information while you rest.
No way. So reviewing before sleep helps it stick.
It seems to. It leverages that memory consolidation process happening during sleep.
That's amazing. So learning a language really is like training a muscle. It needs recovery time. Sleep literally locks that knowledge in.
That's a great way to put it.
So maybe the answer isn't always just study harder, but rest smarter too. Give your brain that crucial time to process everything you've learned.
Absolutely critical.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, it's really clear, isn't it? Keeping your brain young isn't some magic trick. It's a lifestyle, built day by day with small, meaningful choices.
It's about the whole picture.
It's about consistency, balancing activity and rest, staying curious, taking care of your body, nutrition, movement, sleep, and, connecting with other people.
All those pillars work together.
And when you weave these brain-friendly habits into your life, especially alongside something demanding like learning English, you're not just getting better at the language, you're fundamentally strengthening your memory, sharpening your focus, boosting your creativity. It makes learning feel more natural, more enjoyable, and just more effective.
It supercharges the whole process.
Your brain is your most valuable asset, truly. Treat it well, and it'll support you for life. So thinking about everything we've covered, What's maybe one new habit you're excited to try after this deep dive to keep your brain young and thriving?
That's a great question for everyone to reflect on. Because every word you learn, every conversation you have, every new idea you explore, it's a real, tangible investment in your brain's future. You really do have the power to protect and nourish and grow your brain. We just hope you feel inspired to use it.